Hey guys, it's me, Talon here. You guys are seeing right now, I'm currently on the motherboard, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to properly use wrist wings. Hooray! This video will be talking about some great ways to use the wings and how you can use them perfectly, so when you're gliding around in the map, it's really easy. First of all, you need your wrist wing. Wrist wings are on the top left of the Desert Tech web, and you can always check there at home. Basically, they're like grapplers. You grab them and you put them on your hands, and you have wings. Now, the cool thing is that I have the angel wings on, which obviously won't count this video, but I'm going to teach you everything you know. First thing you know is gliding. Let me show you how that works. Now, gliding is easy because it actually possibly takes no stuffing when you're using it. Anyways, here's an easy tutorial. So when you're flying, you're going to want to go in a Superman pose, as in fists right in front of you. Kind of like you're driving a car, but sideways. So let's give a good example. Let's go flying real quick. So flap once, twice, and then do that. Now look at that. I'm perfectly flying, and I'm looking at my stuffing count. I'm not losing any stuffing. But yeah, that is an easy tutorial how to glide. Now, you can also really just keep your position, and you shouldn't lose any stuffing. But there is one mistake people do, is that they lose stuffing because their arms are in the wrong position. So for example, you lose stuffing accidentally because you glided wrong. So I'm at 2,950. Now if I start, I'm at 2,640, and has not gone down yet because I started gliding. But yeah, that is the first thing you know about gliding. And yes, it is super easy to know and get used to. On to the next thing of this tutorial. Now, this next part of the video is super easy. How to fly fast. Now, there's obviously boost rings and all that, but what if I told you that kind of stops your momentum? Basically. To explain it, basically, the speed rings, they kind of slow you down as you're already having gliding momentum from when you're diving down. But the main way to obviously fly is diving down. And there's a great way to do that. So let me show you how you do it. Now, obviously, you're going to need to fly up. So luckily, I already have 5,000 stuffing. So if we just start to glide up, and what you're going to do is pretty simple. You're going to want to look where you want to go, put your hands like this, and then dive down. And then you want to slowly rise them up, and you're slowly going to start gliding down to the ground and obviously start to glide. As in, you're getting so much momentum from gliding down that you start to get upper momentum. It's basic momentum physics, and I think this game has really good physics, and especially in movement momentum. So just in case, I'm going to do it one more time, just so you guys know. So first you get into the air. Now once you're high enough, that's when the part starts to happen. You put your hands down, and then you start to put them back up. And then, look at that. And I barely lost any stuffing from that. So from those two things alone, there's two things you need to know. One is momentum. Two is stuffing count. Now, you lose, I believe, around 150 to 200 stuffing a few seconds after gliding. And don't worry, it's not a major count, but yeah, that is just by using it. Now, the one thing, there's another thing I should probably teach you, is the difference between having one wrist wing and two. One wrist wing is one of the worst things you could have, because this gives you barely momentum, giving you 50% loss on use of the wing. Yeah, so let me give you a good example of that. Basically, when you use the wing with one hand, it's a bit hard to control because it takes more strength to pull yourself up. And obviously that it has almost the same capabilities as having two wings. I believe that's the difference. But it's a great, I'm not sure it's really the best, but it's recommended that you have two wings because it gives you more height advantage, a way easier way to fly up. So to give you that, I'm going to count how many flaps it takes to fly from the ground all the way to the motherboard and compare that, or actually no, to maximum height. And I'm going to compare both. Let's do that. This is one wing. That was one wing. It took me high enough, but it drained me all the way to 150 stuffing. This means it was around almost 4,009 or 4,850 something stuffing, just a lot of stuffing drained like that. So now we're gonna compare it with 2 wings and see if that makes it a little bit more better. All right, here is 2 wrist wings and see if it's more faster. All right, so we went more higher and we have 330 stuffing. That proves my point that having 2 wings is better than having 1 wing. So now that I give you a little bit of more teaching, and now there's something else I should probably teach you about, and that is how to properly use these things. And I've already shown you how to glide, how to prioritize stuffing with better 1 or 2 wings. Now there's another thing. What is better, the demon or the angel wings? Now I've already shown you the sound effects and what they do from my update video, which you guys should definitely watch if you do not know what the secret shop does and you don't want to ask people or beg. But basically, if this is about teaching you, why am I teaching you about saving up your buck coins just to buy a simple reskin? That's bad. But now the teaching is worth it, because now the big question is, are the wrist wings worth buying? I'm gonna say yes. The reason is simple, because the wings are super easy to use, and just to compare, back in the lab video, they were so hard and complicated to use that it was pretty dang harsh to use them. But now they've made it more easier to use, and yeah, I would say they are 100% worth it if you don't know much movement tech and you don't know exactly what's better. But obviously, don't use it all the time and like hide and seek or FFA Arena. Might not really help you so much. But yeah, so I would recommend using wrist wings. They're worth it. And just teaching you all that can help you in other things. Now, if there's anything I missed that I should teach you about next time, please comment it down below. And yeah, guys, have a great day.